Hey there, I hope you're good. Just quickly wanted to show you how I add the new attack variations to each of our enemies. So for this example, I'm going to use the Skeleton Man Soldier 2, which is one of the nighttime skeletons that spawn on Skeleton Island. So the first thing that I'm going to do, the prefab is already created. It comes from an asset, obviously, that I've modified a bit. So we've got everything here, the destructibles, added the character script, the animal wild script that is basically the AI. But there's no attacks defined yet. So I need to create the different attack datas for this character that I can add to the character script. So to do that, I'm just gonna duplicate some of the ones that I did for the other skeletons. I'm going to show you what it looks like now. Right, so this is the 3 attack variation that we have here. So now I can select the animation for each one, the trigger name, the amount of damage, the wind-ups, the duration, and the attack cooldowns, which will determine how frequently the specific attack gets done. Then also I can choose if I want a ranged attack. So for this one, it's just going to be a melee fighter. So we're just going to keep it with 3 different attack variations. So the attack audio, I can choose any attack audio here. I'm just going to make it a whoosh sound. And I can choose a attack FX here. So I'm just going to keep this to a slash. Because you see the slot is here. We want the special effects to come from the weapon. So I'm quickly going to create that. So I'm going to find the specific transform in the root. Right, so I'm just going to create an empty one here. Gonna name this right hand. Then I'm gonna add a component, the attack FX slot script, and it's the right hand. So if there's also going to be left hand attacks, then I'm also going to add one for the left hand. Or if I'm going to use a kick, maybe I can use a kick for this one. So let's also add one for the leg. Right, so now we've got 2 places where the special effects can come from. So the first one will just be a normal attack. These are all these trigger names come from the controller that I already created. I think let's just add the controller now. Alright, so it's this one. So you can see here I already added a lot of different attack animations and ranged animations and cast animations and throw animations. Everything that I can basically use. So this makes it very effective because I can basically use it for all the different variations of my enemies. Even ranged ones and magic casters, I can just use the same controller the whole time. Alright, so let's go back to this. So you can see here I choose the attack 2, which is a slash. So let's go to the second one. Here we will have, let's say, a kick. So a kick is attack 3. See this trigger here. I'm going to give it another whoosh sound to make it a bit different. And now the slot will be the right click where we want the special effect coming from. Don't want it to slash, so we're just going to make it a hit. Hit white FX. Right, so the attack cooldown, so let's just choose the damages. So for this one, I'm going to start a damage of 75. And the second attack will be a little bit more, so 80, because they will happen quite frequently. And then the final one, which will be the overhead attack, a special attack, we're going to bump this one up quite a lot to 95. And we're going to have this one for a special skeleton cry, basically, to show it's a special effect. And it's also the right hand in the slash. So yeah, that's almost it. Now we can just quickly go to the prefab again and just change all the settings. So the HP is set, its armor is set, the attack groups are set, its hit range. I'm going to increase that a bit. There's the amount of experience that it will give, all the potential loots. Let's bump this up a bit to give a bit more gold coins, because I heard some of the playtesters said they don't give enough loot. Right, so here I can choose the HP bar showing the top, the hit FX. I'm gonna make it a little bit splashier if he gets hit. Also gonna make the hit sounds a bit bigger, so face hit large. Right, and there's the death sound that I added. And now we're at the character script. So we're going to make the move speed a little bit more. It's important that the move speed is synced to how fast the animation goes, so it doesn't look like he's doing a moonwalk. Right, so the attack range, this is the attack range is 3. The ranged attack, so this one doesn't do ranged attacks, so it's going to be 0. And now the cooldown, this is the time between his different attacks. So I'm going to make this 2.5. This gives the player enough time to actually try and dodge his attacks or block his attacks, like that. And now here we need to add all the different attack data. So these are the ones that we just created. So you can see I added all 3 attack variations. Obviously I can create more, and I probably will, and you can also work in ranged attacks then. Right, so this is the wonder speed. I just want to sync this so that everything is the same. So also, because this is like the AI of the skeleton, it shows how far it will wander, how often it will wander. The tech range, we make that a little bit less. So it'll wander far, but if it detects you from the front or even 360, then it will come for you. And here's the follow distance as well. Right, so that's it. Now let's quickly add it to the scene and see if it works. Alright, so here's the little guy that we created. Right, let's hope everything went well. So you should have 3 different attack variations, and the first 2 should happen more often than the final one. That's got a longer delay. Right, so here's my little guy. Oh, the skeleton detected me because I'm within 25. He's coming for me. He's hitting me with attack 1, kick 2, attack 1. And there's a special attack that he gave. Because he's still quite small, so I need to work on his size. Let's look at his attack animations. It's timed properly. The special effects is working. The only thing that I didn't get a chance to test now before I got killed is just to make sure that his death animation and everything like that works. But that should also work well. And then the only other thing that I need to do is just work on the speeds of the attacks for the animation, so that that's nicely synchronized with when the special effects come in, when the sound appears, something like that. Right, so basically that's how the different attack variations work. Let me know what you think about it.